So I'm the moderator for this panel. This panel is about smart city standards and smart grid technologies. So my first question is from City Councillor Michelle Holland regarding smart city vision of City of Toronto. So could you please throw some light on that?
Sure. Thank you, and thank you for having me. So I'm Michelle Holland. I'm the Chief Advocate for the Innovation Economy, which is a new position. It's a brand new position at the City of Toronto, and it's the first ever in any municipality across Canada. So I'll just throw a little bit of light on that so that you understand basically what the role is. So I'm a city councillor. I was elected in 2010 and then re-elected in 2014, and had this vision of understanding, coming from a world of tech and innovation, which I did prior to 2010, and working with clean tech and biotech companies. I understood by 2014, when Uber was on the scene, as you probably recall, and was basically disrupting, and policymakers and regulators were saying, what do we do with this? This is very transformative and very disruptive, and what do we do? How do we handle it? And in old days, politicians and policymakers would try to prevent disruption from happening in innovation. But we can't be that way anymore. So with the new innovation economy, the fourth industrial revolution, it's changed. And so we have to be proactive. We have to work with innovators. We have to work with new technology, and especially at the new pace and the velocity of change. So in doing so, I was working very closely with our mayor, John Tory, and having a fabulous relationship with him, and as I was part of the executive team. And so I proposed to him that we create a role, and he was very supportive of that and did that, and that's how this role came to be. So I have that, let's call it a portfolio. We know that federally and provincially they have ministerial portfolios, so it sort of is like that, and I do fold under the economic development department, so it sort of streamlines in there, and we work together. So in doing that, I could see a clear path in terms of smart cities and what we need to be doing. And as our director, Mike Williams, had mentioned, there's sort of 3 different areas that we're looking at the City of Toronto. So one is internally, on how we can upgrade and how we can change systems. And even culturally, how we can change and transform the culture, which we're doing. We have amazing leadership, and Rob's with me on the panel here today, and Mike Williams, and so many other directors that we have at the City of Toronto that are absolutely phenomenal and leading the charge and change. That's wonderful to see. And they're working together. We used to be very siloed. We're actually really working together on how we can transform the City of Toronto. And obviously the second route is, or the second pillar I would say, is working, how do we work with the city, and how do we engage citizens? And we're doing that through, I would say, Digital Literacy Day and a number of different avenues with smart cities. And you'll hear from Michael Colm later on. And then the third area is obviously what we need to do to make sure that no one's left behind. So I'll get into that when I talk about digital literacy, but I just wanted to sort of give you a broader view of my role and what I'm doing at the City of Toronto.